Hello everybody, here in Satya, also known as Crystal Health Goddess. Today I wanted to make a new video from my series of videos that I'm creating about Shungite. I want to share what I know about Shungite. I want to educate people about Shungite because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there is a lot of people who is being I don't want to say scam, but giving the wrong information or being sold the different type of Shungite that they should be using, especially to make water. So I wanted to make sure, guys, and you have the right information. And as far as I know, anything that I can do to help you, that's what I'm gonna continue doing it. So my first video, I show you how to make water the right way. Right after that video, you guys start sending me a lot of questions. So I created a new video in response to my previous video answering all of your questions. Then the third video that I did was, the one with the printer here, and I have the meter that can record the electromagnetic emissions that you get from computer modem, the outlets, anything that we have around the home that emit electromagnetic radiation, the field around us. So I made that video to show you. And now I want to make this video because you guys keep sending me questions, and I want to make sure that I catch up with your questions, and then of course I keep answering any questions that you might guys have, because this is very important information, and I think having the right information is even more important. So here we go. Because on my first video, I say how to make Shungite water the right way, and I teach you that the only Shungite that you should be using to make water is Elite Noble Shungite. And then on the other videos, like in the last one, I talk about Shungite type 2, which is best for healing and for reduce electromagnetic field radiation. So a lot of people contact me, and there was some kind of confusion as to, okay, so how many type of Shungite there are and what are the uses? And if Elite is for water, does that mean that Elite is not good for electromagnetic radiation to protect you from the EMFs or for healing? Or does that mean that the type 2 Shungite is not good to make water? So it was a little confusion. I see people having it. So let's see if I can answer this very clear in this video for you guys. There are 3 types of Shungite, okay? Type 1, Elite Noble Shungite. This is called Silver Shungite, Elite Noble Shungite. This Shungite accounts for 1% of the entire Shungite that exists. For 1% of all Shungite is Elite. That's why it's more rare, and that's why it's a lot more expensive than type 2 or type 3. The reason why you use this Shungite only to make water is because it's the one, it's top quality Shungite. It contains 98% of organic carbon, and that's the reason why you want to use this Shungite to make water only. Now, does this mean that this Shungite is only to make water and it's not good for healing or for protect you or reduce EMFs? The answer is no. This Shungite is equally useful and amazing to be used to make water, for healing, to reduce and protect from EMFs. So this Shungite, type 1, Elite Noble Shungite, is good for everything, but is the only one recommended to make water, okay? Now, we have Shungite 2, which contains between 50 and 70% of organic carbon. It's not as high quality as Elite Noble Shungite, and is not recommended to make water, but wait, you have type 2 tumble stones, right? They use type 2 because it's easier to cut and to polish. So that's why they made it into tumble stones. And as you can see, it's quite different too from the raw shungite. This shungite is excellent for healing and for reduction or for EMFs, protects from EMFs. However, this shungite, if for whatever reason you cannot by any means afford or can get elite shungite, then use this one. But once again, I will highly recommend you only to use elite noble shungite for water. But let's say you cannot use by any means the elite noble shungite for water, then this will be your second choice. Still trying to use only elite noble shungite. And if you use this one, then make sure that you watch on my website or on the video that I did about how to make shungite water the right way, how to test this one for water. You will make water with this and then you will leave it for a few days, and you're gonna see in the images of the previous video that I did how in one images the water is like a brown and the shungite is kind of like bubbling brown, weird, nasty things. Don't use it. You discard this for water, don't throw it away. Then you can use it, for healing, put on your plant, for your house, but then use it for water. If you try this shungite, you leave it for a few days and you notice that the water looks good, it smells great, everything seems fine, then you can use it. But again, and let's make sure we don't get confused, this will be your very, very last resort if for whatever reason you cannot access or can get elite noble shungite. But the shungite you do not want to make water with is the raw shungite, okay? And the reason why you do not want to make water with this shungite is because sometimes raw shungite, it can have amounts of other minerals such as pyrite or other minerals that actually can be poisonous for the human body if ingested. One article that I wrote a long time ago on my website is a list of all of the toxic crystals and stones that they have a level of toxicity when used internally. For example, malachite will be one of those. Malachite, you can wear it in jewelry, you can use it for healing, and it's wonderful in polished form, never raw, in polished form. But if you use that to make like elixir, healing tinctures, like some people do, then you should never use malachite as well as many other crystals or stones as you can find on the website, because it's poisonous for the human body. So you don't want to use this type of shungite because it can contain other traces of minerals that are actually poisonous to the human body, and it could be probably dangerous to ingest. Now for healing, to use it around the house to reduce the EMF is excellent, absolutely excellent and harmless. But internally, it's not. You want to be safe, you want to be sure. So use it for healing, use it to reduce and protect you from EMFs, not for water. The only one for water, once again, is elite noble shungite. That will be like I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to make sure that you only use elite noble shungite. And once again, I don't want to confuse anybody, but as the last resort, if you cannot have elite noble, then you will get the top quality type 2 polished shungite. But once again, trying to just only do elite noble shungite. So, types of shungite, 3. Shungite 1, elite noble shungite. Shungite 2, shungite that contains 50 to 70% of organic carbon, is black. It's easier to polish. And then you have, this is Shungite 2 as well. And then you have the type 3, which is gray. And I don't have that one. I don't use that one. I don't have it. So I cannot show it to you guys. And that's the less quality because you only have between 20 and 50% of carbon. I mean, still it's good, once again, for healing. Still is good for using it around your home for reducing EMFs, but never for water, okay? Now, this Shungite that I have here is a mix of, as you can see, there are huge pieces of Shungite. The other day somebody contacted me saying that they have never seen such a big pieces of Shungite. The reason why I have it is because I am working in creating myself Shungite healing room. Maybe I cannot do, like a whole room, but I'm trying to create at least like a meditation area or a space in the house where it's covered with Shungite. When you see the healing rooms in Russia, normally on the walls or the floors they use tiles, so they cover the entire walls, the floor with Shungite. They create, chairs so people can sit there to recover from disease, for surgery especially. They say that in the healing rooms in Russia, they have done the studies. They say that people that use the healing rooms after the surgery, they have to be up to 3 days less in the hospital than people who doesn't. So, and in some of these hospitals, they have like a waiting areas with Shungite rooms. So the doctors, nurses in between shifts or lunch breaks or whatever, they go there and sit there to recharge, to get the benefits of the healing rooms. So Shungite has been used for healing in Russia for many years, and now all this information is start to come into us. And I have been doing a lot of tests. I've been using Shungite water for years now. I always, have yearly made of Shungite because I use a lot the phone and the computer, unfortunately, because of my work. I use a lot the phone, and actually, I want to make this comparison or share this experience with you because sometimes people, have say, and you can read in the comments and people put on my videos, but how do I know if it is really working? How do I notice if it's doing anything to me? Well, myself personally, because I use the phone like constantly, my hands and my arm, after using it for a while, it will become like numb, even my arm, and very strange, like if my arm will be falling asleep, or like I have thousands of ants running through my arm, I will have to put the phone down and just wait until it goes away, rub my arm, my hands, and just wait. So when I started working with Shungite, when I learned about Shungite, one of the first things that I did was use the Shungite plates to put all over my phone. And I swear to God, I mean, do this yourself, please. Don't trust just my words. Do this yourself. I always encourage you to do your own research, your own test, share with me and with everybody else your findings, your experiences, because I want my videos not to be just about me talking about Shungite and telling you things as if I will be a professional, because I always tell you guys I'm just like you, okay? I might have been studying for a few years or working with Shungite for a few years. Some of you might just starting right now. But I'm not a professional, I'm not a scientific. I just love crystals. I love to work with them. I love to research, to study, to do tests. And then I share that information with you. But my videos are like community videos. I want you to feel welcome to comment, share your experiences, share with all of us, not just me, with all of us. I welcome all of your comments always, regardless if they are positive, you having really positive experience, you comment, I don't feel absolutely anything, whatever it is, you are more than welcome, always on my videos, to comment and to share your experiences. So I'm telling you this because I want you to try this. Put the Shungite plates on your phone. And I can tell you that you're going to feel that because I did, and my son too. I have the Shungite Place on my son's phone because teenagers are all the time with the phone, and they put it right in their hair. Like I always use the earpiece, but teenagers, they always like put them on their head. So the maximum I can do, besides trying to educate him not to do that, is to put his phone full of Shungite Place, But do that, because once that I did that on my own phone, the problems that I was having stopped completely. Like, I never have any more problems. Doesn't matter how long I am testing or on the phone or creating voices or talking to people or whatever it is that I'm doing. I no longer feel that, like my hand is falling asleep, my arm is falling asleep. I don't. And if I use the phone regularly without the Shungite, I have the same problem all over again. So to me, that's undisputable proof that Shungite somehow reduce or block the EMFs because it really helped me. So I encourage you to do that and see how you feel and share your experiences on the videos, please. So, okay, to make sure that I don't forget anything, I was telling you that I'm planning to do the Shungite healing room in my home and continue doing experiments with Shungite and then share with you what I learned or what I feel, experience myself. So that's the reason why I have like such a big pieces of Shungite. But I'm also going to share with you guys, and I'm gonna have on my website some of these, this is only like a little example because I cannot fit no more here. A little example of some of the pieces that you can find on the website. These pieces, for example, are close to 10, 12 pounds. This is, I believe, like a 15, 16 pounds. So I have from like a very small pieces to like a really huge pieces. If you're interested in making a healing room or you are working on some project with Shungite and want larger quantities or big pieces and you cannot find it anywhere else, you are more than welcome to contact me because I can get you as many and as big as you want. The good part is that the Shungite Type 2 is not as expensive as Elite, of course, because it's more available for now. So that's a good thing. However, one of like a really big piece, 20 pounds or so, it can cost you a couple of $100, $300, something like that. So now with these big pieces of Shungite, I have here one, let me see if I can find it for you here. This is a mix of Shungite because this is type 2 Shungite, but then you can see some Elite within these pieces. So it's a mix of Elite, Shungite, type 2, type 3, but mostly it's type 2 Shungite, raw Shungite, 100% raw, pure Shungite. But because they are big pieces, you can find sometimes Shungite within it, and that's because, they are huge pieces. So you can find this on the website. The more that I do, when I create the healing room, I will show you guys as well. It might take me a little bit because getting these pieces here and also because of the way the shipping is a little expensive. So I am like, taking little by little. Then I'm gonna have a lot more. But just to clarify things on this video, I'm going to making more videos, and please feel free to ask me questions if you want to, or what other videos you would like me to do, because I will be more than happy to share with you what I know. But just to be clear on this video, 3 types of Shungites. Elite Noble Shungite, which is 1% of all of Shungite. Then we have type 2 and type 3. In my website, if you go, you click on Shungite, then you click on Shungite information and Shungite water, and you can see the detailed explanation of the content right? For example, Shungite, how much carbon percentage it has, and the same with the other ones. So you can see very clearly what's the difference between type 1, 2, 3, because sometimes people ask me, so what's the difference between type 1, 2, and 3? So you can see it there very clearly. But the difference basically is the amount of carbon within the Shungite. The higher the carbon, the more quality and the better the Shungite is going to be. Now, this is very important. Sometimes people say, well, you know, I see, especially like on eBay, they sell you like a bag of small pieces of Shungite, and it's like 300 grams to make water. Well, I would recommend you not to get that Shungite once again. I'm not gonna name websites, stores, or anybody here, okay? My intention is to educate you and share with you what I know, but it's not to put down or to criticize anybody else. Everybody else can do whatever they want to. But I'm just going to try to educate at least my subscribers, at least the people that follow me, so they can have a better information. But the reason why they are selling you that Shungite is because it's a lot cheaper, and they also, you know, tell you you have to change it like maybe once every 2-3 months. Okay, this is super important because it's another of the most common questions, and you ask me, how often do I have to change the Shungite? And I'm going to be super honest with you. I am about to change my opinion in something that I have told you previously, because on my video on how to make Shungite water, I say that maybe you have to change it like once a year or so. Well, the more I learn about, the more I study, the more that I research, the more that I test Shungite, I have come to the conclusion that you do not have to change it at all, like period, okay? And this shows you, in a way, I hope that I'm honest when I'm showing you and sharing things with you, because the reason why other sellers tell you you have to change the Shungite very often is because they want to sell you more, period. That's it, because they want to keep selling you more. You don't. Once you buy Shungite water, that's it. You have it for life. You don't have to change it. Now, the reason why I say previously you have to change it like maybe once or even twice a year, something like that, is because it was early on, not only when I was still, I didn't know as much as I know now, but at the same time, you know, you have all these people telling you, well, you know, the people from Russia say that you have to change it twice a year or once every 6 months, which, you know, is the same thing. And so you are like, okay, well, you know, they know more about you because, you know, they're from Russia. They are the people who have the Shungite, who have been working and studying and testing Shungite for years. So I guess they know. But I've come to the conclusion that no, you don't have to. And that's just a technique to keep selling you more. So once you buy Shungite, if you buy the real good quality, top, elite, and noble Shungite, you do not have to change it. Let me just be clear, you do not have to change it. Now, to me, as a seller, right, because not only I am a person like you that I'm testing and using it for my own healing and to make my own water and else, but I'm also selling it to you guys. I mean, that's the way it is, I'm honest. I get the top, best quality Shungite that I find and bring it to you guys. But if I will be here just to sell you Shungite, I will continue that miseducation that they keep providing there, like, oh, you have to change every twice a year, 3 times a year, every few months, because that means that I just want to keep, you know, selling you more. Now, if I change my opinion and I say, okay, I used to say you have to change it once a year because that's what I thought. But now I'm telling you, you do not have to change it at all, because the more than I learn, the more than I discover, the more than I find out and I test. And I have come up to the conclusion, like a lot of other people, that you do not have to change it. That's just, I don't know, for sellers to sell you more. So I believe you do not have to change it. Now, sometimes you do have to clean it. And that's why I want you to watch my first video, how to clean Shungite, why do you want to clean it? But change it? No, you don't have to change it. So now I'm going to come very close to the video to show you how does it look, the Elite comparing to the Type 2, comparing to these big pieces that I have here. And that's how I will end the video. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna show you from close by. Okay guys, so here is the Elite Noble Shungite. As you can see, Elite Noble Shungite is still black, but it has this very distinctive, like a silvery shine on it. These are the pieces that you can find on my website actually. But as you can see, sorry if it's not very, you can see it's kind of silvery. Now comparing to Type 2, wait, because you see it's kind of silvery. Type 2 is polished black Shungite, and then this is the raw pieces of Shungite here. So this is to make water only, and all of the other ones, okay, is to use for healing, to reduce or emit the EMFs in your home or office. Okay guys, so I hope this video answered a little bit more of the questions and you asked me. Otherwise, I welcome you to put comments, contact me through YouTube or through my website, crystalhealingforwomen.com. I welcome you and your comments to tell me if there are other videos and you would like me to do other crystals, things that you might be curious, would like to know. You're always welcome. And thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope that these educational videos on Shungite that I'm doing are of any way helpful to you. And once again, thank you for watching. Until the next video. Namaste, guys.